Hey, did you know that Two Girls Shooting the Shit is on Instagram and Facebook? We'd love to hear your feedback, episode suggestions, or just chat with you about life. So follow, comment, and share.
Could you picture him outside of the castle or
Trying to
whatever?
teach her how to
Talk about teach her how to curtsy. I
teach me how
love
to
it.
curtsy. Teach me how to curtsy. like,
You
uh-uh.
are silly. That is
Mm-mm.
downright ridiculous. Teach me how to curtsy. The remix.
Right? Hey, girl.
Hey, hi Mo, how are you?
I'm Fabu. How you doing?
Fabu fabu, daylight savings.
Yeah, yay, yay.
It's rough.
It
Why do we do
is.
this?
I don't know. Isn't it something to do with the trains and stuff? Or, I don't even
Trains. I
know.
thought it was farmers,
I don't know, but do we really need it anymore?
right? If we don't even know why we're doing it,
Yeah.
then and I don't even think everybody opts in.
Yeah, like
Doesn't Arizona do
MST.
their own thing?
Yeah, somewhere doesn't do it. Yeah.
That's rude. I'm
Hmm.
tired. I have kids,
Right. I don't
This ain't
even have
right.
kids and I'm tired and I feel cheated. Cheated out of my weekend.
You know who got cheated?
Who?
Meghan and Harry. Poor little baby Archie.
Bye.
How you gonna strip somebody of their titles? Or how you gonna say, your baby? He ain't a prince. Mm-mm.
I need to fact
Rude.
check. I didn't fact check.
Did you watch the Oprah interview?
I did, and I don't know. At first,
Talk about it. Talk about it.
like, I don't know. Like, I feel like nothing is a surprise, but also it's a little overdoing it. And also, I don't know. I feel like they're just very fear-based. I mean, you got to be because he's living in the past. He's going to forever live in the past because whatever happened to his mom. He's not
Yeah.
going to get over that and going to use
He
that.
was definitely like I mean, as anybody would
Yeah,
be.
of course, it's
But
natural to be.
he's carrying around a lot of
Baggage, yeah, from it. It sounds like he
a
hasn't really
lot.
done any work on that, and he seems averse to kind of spiritual stuff because there was a part where he said, "I don't believe this woo woo" or whatever he said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was saying
I
how he
missed that.
thought he doesn't believe in woo woo or it sounds woo woo or something, but he was saying how everything happened for a reason, like how everything lined up. I think one of the biggest surprises for me was the Tyler Perry thing. I didn't know they were friends.
Yeah, I think Megan's got some. Was he at the wedding?
Probably. Who knows? Yeah, Megan has a lot of black friends. Who knew? Serena.
I know, right?
And
Oprah.
like high profile friends. So I don't really know anything about her. I didn't even know she was on Suits or whatever. So how did she get into these circles? Like,
Well, she's also been. I feel like she always worked behind the scenes in philanthropy and charitable organizations and things like that. So it might have been like just a low key. Hey, I'm doing real work
yeah.
aside from just being an actress. And that's how people knew of her. But I think as soon as you get catapulted up to like I'm marrying a damn prince, like I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
princess, people are gonna be like, "Ooh, who's that?" Let's
But
have my people
yeah,
call
but
your
even just
people or whatever.
to get in those circles, I remember I was saying, "Ooh, are they trying to get some swirl in there?" But then, like you made a good
Mm,
point, like no, because then they're taking away the title and everything,
they're
so
just
they're
throwing
not.
her away.
Yeah, so it didn't do anything to the bloodline.
I was really excited for their union, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool,"
Same.
because one, she's not like they like to compare Megan to Kate, and Kate comes from like British aristocracy, money,
Hmm.
that type of thing. So that's a whole different thing. But Megan's just girl from LA,
Is she
an
from really
actress,
from
whatever.
Compton,
She's from I don't know if she's from Compton. I know
or is
she's
that
from
a racist
LA.
thing? Because I can't keep up. Because
It could be.
okay,
It could be. Or trying to make it seem even more like, oh, the British family is really opening up to whatever. But I feel like, I mean, have there been other people of color that have joined the
exactly.
British
No,
family? I don't think so, right? So why? I don't know. I don't know. I think they're cute though, but I
yeah,
feel
that's the
like
only
there's a
reason
lot
I
of
cared.
a lot of like performance or something like extra. But it seemed in the interview, it seemed like some Illuminati or some crazy, like, who's running this? Like, she's like the firm and the whatever. I'm like, who are these people?
Well, duh.
Telling you you can't taking your passport and your keys and you can't leave the house for 2-3 months. What?
Yeah. That's
That's
not
sad.
shocking
She
at
was like a
all.
prisoner.
Yeah, that's not shocking at all. They have a reputation to uphold. So
But that's, could you imagine being locked up? I mean, literally
I
locked
love
up
it.
somewhere.
I love it. I feel like this pandemic is really opening up people's minds and showing you that this fairy tale stuff is just stuff. It's just bullshit. And,
Yeah.
this girl is locked up. She locked up. They won't let her out. No. And people like, ooh, I dream
And
to be a queen or I dream to be a princess. This is, it's like,
uh-uh.
life isn't Disney. I feel like that's the theme of
Yes, girl.
2020,
Tell the
2021,
children. Tell the
right?
children.
Life ain't no Disney, y'all.
Uh-uh.
But
Ain't
yeah, I
no
feel like I have
Disney.
to watch it again because you know me, it takes me about 3 or 4 times to watch and get the whole content. So,
Uh-huh. Her
um,
dress was beautiful, though. That's the first thing I noticed. Is like, she had a big old baby bump. They're about to have a baby
yeah,
girl, and she had that beautiful black dress. I was like, oh, I want that dress.
I don't know. I thought it was staged because she and Oprah had the same colors. Like her stockings were
Oh,
the
well,
same
I'm sure
color
stuff
though.
like that gets, I'm sure
Yeah.
they want to coordinate or they want to whatever. I mean, it's not like they just said, hey, let's show up in this like beautiful outdoor
And
patio.
also, do you think they really hugged? Like they didn't hug on the set. I mean, on the screen, but I'm like, they probably hugged,
Probably did. I'm sure,
right?
I mean, if you think about your everyday life, like, I mean, people that your friends or whatever,
Hmm.
are you not hugging them? Like, I
Right.
feel like if I saw you, you
I'm
better give
hugging
me a hug.
strangers. I don't care at this point. I was all in somebody's face the other day. Nothing,
Dang.
nothing exciting.
I want to hear about that.
We had
What?
on masks.
Oh, that could be cool.
Mad at that. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like this is not shocking. Somebody made a joke. Was
No.
it Bill Maher or something? Said, "Yeah, they're mad because it's not inbred. Archie's not inbred."
Yeah, right. Well, I think the part that seemed that I really appreciated was when Harry was saying, they were talking about, Oprah was asking about the conversation that was had about Archie's skin tone and how dark he would be or all that stuff, and how Harry didn't want to out whoever it was that was being an asshole, but he talked later about how he didn't understand race. He
Hmm.
didn't understand all of that until Megan came to his life,
Yeah, he didn't have
and he
to.
could see. Right,
He had
right.
the
But I
privilege
could
not to
appreciate that.
understand.
I could appreciate him saying that and saying, hey,
Hmm.
I didn't understand until I had somebody that I loved
Hmm.
who was experiencing all this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it takes a lot of times is, you can't know what other people are going through unless you are invested in it somehow.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know, whatever.
But
But I
everybody's
feel like
like,
Megan
"Oh,
put people
Harry,
on
this."
blast.
She didn't know. Like
She was
that.
like, I didn't cry. Or Kate didn't cry. I didn't make her cry. She made me cry. I
Yeah,
was
but I
like, oh,
won't tell
dang.
you the why. Like it's just like why say it at
Yeah.
all? Like, I don't know.
Dropping little, it's clickbait,
People
but
have
like, stay
PR,
tuned.
people have PR. Every race is always a hot topic.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know anything about her. I follow her on Instagram on an account somebody
Dang.
else does. And that was after the wedding because I
Oh,
was
so do
so
I. Yeah.
excited because it was so funny because I used to tell you because you would get so excited like with Kate Middleton you were so excited and I was
I know. Well, just princesses and stuff, like the whole
yeah
idea. And
and I
now
was
it's blown
like
up, and I'm like,
why are you so excited? Like I never understood until Meghan Markle came, and then I was excited not because of the princess. I mean, not because of the royal, because of the royal family, but because it's like disrupting the royal family. Like
yeah.
this is gonna change everything. I mean, and that it did, but not in a different way, but still.
Well, see, you lived in England. You lived in London.
Hmm.
Did you notice? I mean, I don't know if it's just like pervasive in the culture or like just the tabloid culture there or the news and all of that. Like, is it crazy over there or was it something that you didn't really pay attention to?
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it, so I have no idea. But I do know people are more well read. It seemed like people are up on current events and what's going
Yeah.
on with their local community and the government and this country as a whole. So
Yeah.
I did notice that, but yeah, tabloids, I didn't really pay attention.
It just seems like their tabloids are like great. Like we have the Inquirer, now we got like all these little magazines and stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems like they like go hard and they like make up stories. It just seems
Oh,
really,
makeup stuff.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
They
like
probably don't have the laws we have. I don't
that's
know.
true.
Yeah.
I don't know either about their legal stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like they were making up all kinds of stuff.
And
I
I,
don't know that anybody would be able to handle that, like that
right?
type of pressure, that type, especially, I think there was a lot of comparison, which is unnecessary between Kate and Meghan. And it was kind of like one's in line to be like queen consort or whatever, and the other one's not. So
Hmm.
why are we comparing
Because that's what people do. That's what
lives?
simple-minded people like to think.
Yeah, like
And so with them,
Kate did this. Why didn't you do this? How
yeah,
come you
Kate
didn't take
have
the
an
picture after you had
avocado. Kate had an
Yeah, avocado.
avocado, and then
Yeah.
like then she
Ooh,
had
she's
one.
eating avocado
Yeah,
toast. Yeah, it's like who cares what she's eating?
yeah, but they care and they're buying it. So it's the
That's so
people.
stupid.
Yeah, and people are racist. Let's just say it, and so they want to see vilify this woman, even she doesn't even look black at all. Like,
You know what? I've looked at pictures of her from like her LA days and
mm,
her Suits days, and she was a lot darker then.
oh,
I don't know if she was tanning or what it was, but she's very fair now
yeah.
compared to how she looked maybe
And
10
plus,
years
it's the
ago, 5 years
pandemic.
ago.
Maybe she ain't going outside. Like,
Well, yeah, they got her in. Yeah, she's.
she locked up. Let
But I
me
mean,
stop.
it was. It really struck me when she was saying that she was thinking it might be better if she wasn't here.
Yeah, that really
Like,
resonated.
and she reached out for help and nobody would help her. So I
Right?
think for that, I commend Harry. Like, I got to get my wife out of here. Like, I don't know, this is my family, my lineage. I was born into this, but y'all are doing her dirty. She needs help. I need my wife with me, my child, like whatever. That was sad.
Canoga Park.
That ain't
Oh,
Compton,
right.
okay?
Oh, she was married to some older guy before.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a big deal too that she was divorced.
She's just a real ass person, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
But that's
Except
what I'm
she's a
saying.
celebrity, so
She's
people
like
want to
on,
make her something else.
yeah, it's like on one hand, she's a real ass person, but how does she know all these people? I need to look it up.
Well,
Oh, I
she
see.
got set up. It was a setup. Like her friend
Oh, she
set up the
was
date with
tan. Yeah,
Harry.
she used to tan because there's a picture of
She
her
used to
and
tan,
Harry.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
because her mom's lighter skinned and her dad's Jewish, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I mean, but she's biracial.
Yeah, her dad is white. I don't know what he is. And that was all
Yeah.
controversial too with the wedding and everything. And
Yeah.
like, gosh, people.
Why can't we just let people be? But the idea that they're gonna strip titles, like is Prince Harry no longer a prince?
Yeah, I don't know
How do you
what
do
the.
that? That's his
Yeah.
birthright, right? I mean, it's not. And Archie doesn't get a title. Are you serious? And no security? Like it just sounds dirty. Like they're just like, mm-mm.
This is from India, the Indian Express. Why isn't Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's son Archie a prince? And
Yeah.
it's like the rules that determine who gets assigned a royal title and who does not draw from an order introduced by Prince Harry's great great grandfather, King George V, in 1917. So they were saying they didn't want, oh, they're talking about, yeah, they were saying they didn't want him to be a prince or princess. Okay, so they're trying to say that this is just the way it is. It would have, if he were, if the kid were anyone else, it would still be the same. Unlike his cousins, Archie was not
He's
given
not in line.
a title at
Oh.
birth. At the time, reports claimed that the Duke and Duchess had chosen not to give him a title. However, okay. So she disputed those claims.
It didn't sound like it. Why would anybody be like, don't call him a prince when he's a prince?
Right? And it says upon
Why
birth,
would Harry not want that?
Archie was eligible to be an earl or lord. So he ain't nothing. He just Archie up in these streets.
Archie.
Archie.
Little Archie.
Archie up in these
So he
streets.
could have been like Earl Archer.
Yeah,
Archie,
little
Mountbatten
Lord Archie
Ginger.
up in here. Ah, Lord
That's
Archie.
sad. Lord Archie.
And he doesn't even like someone was saying he's like at this point with the generations, he's white. With a quarter
Yeah.
black or something. Not even.
Is he though? You know how they like to do the one
One drop
and
like
all that
is it
stuff.
over or is it? Like they keep saying the one drop rule is over, but then it isn't.
We live in the world of Rachel Dolezal, so I have no
Yeah.
answers
Oh,
for you,
God.
girl. I have no answers.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
it's hard. For me, that's my disconnect with reality is that it is all made up and we just nothing is permanent. So everything is always changing and what we believe to be real one day isn't real the next or we change the symbolism of stuff. It's so confusing. Like this wouldn't have been accepted X years ago. Why? Because of her race? Like I just don't get it. Like
I'm getting Matrix vibes from you this morning.
oh, that's me all the time. Do you know
Okay,
me?
Neo. Okay, Neo.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
I don't know. It's like
gosh. Morpheus up in here.
what is real? We're just making up stuff. Like he could have been a lord or an earl, but no, because of his race.
And it's like, who cares about a title? But if you're going to give everybody else a
Yeah, then
title
you're
and then
excluding.
say this, yes, right. Because it's like, who cares? Who
Yeah,
cares if you call him a prince or an earl or whatever? But if you're going to intentionally, leave and as a mom, I'm feeling like if you're going to leave my child out,
right. What did we used to
I
say?
wonder
What was
how
that?
Harry feels though, and he was talking about how it's almost like the conversations we have about awakening because Harry was talking like he got a rude awakening, you know what I mean? And how his brother is still sleeping in that made up world or he's
Yeah,
trapped, he was talking like they were trapped in it still and they
yeah,
have to live in it. Whereas he's liberated himself from
yeah,
all of that. Like he moved away, he's finding ways to finance security and finance his own stuff. He's living as an individual outside of whatever construct he was raised in. I bet that's really scary for him,
yeah.
like,
Especially because it doesn't seem like he goes to therapy or anything. So he's just
or
trying to
have
figure it
or
out.
any support. I mean, therapy aside, it doesn't seem like. I mean, obviously they had Tyler Perry
I know. I was
helping, and
gonna
I'm sure
say.
Oprah's there, but just support or anybody who maybe has. I'm sure this has happened before. Someone stepped away from royal life, but who can he talk to? He said his dad stopped taking his calls for a minute.
Isn't that
I bet you
ridiculous?
William is not having anything to do with him.
Oh yeah, I
William
heard
seems
that.
like he got a stick up his butt. I don't know about that.
Yeah, and he's looking bad anyway.
He's in line for king, right? After his dad, if his dad, I think that's why the queen isn't trying to go anywhere. She's like, I'm gonna live forever. Charles cannot be king.
So Meghan Markle met Serena Williams in 2010 at a Super Bowl party. So that's like 11 years ago. So they're real friends, I guess. But it's just like,
So they're real friends.
but I'm just so curious. Like she had to get access to the Super Bowl party. Like I should have read up about her.
Celebrity.
Is that considered a celebrity though?
Like an actress.
But yeah, they have certain.
I know who's watching Suits anyways. I watched like 2 episodes.
They have
and
certain
I was
like levels of celebrity.
Yeah.
In that case, everybody. I mean, there are a lot of people you see on some of these USA or whatever. So it's just like, and they don't get access. So I'm just kind of curious. So I should have done my due diligence and looked that up because I am curious about her trajectory. I just want to know more.
or what if it's just fate?
I would love that, and that's what Harry was alluding to when he said "woo woo." He was just
I
like,
love them. I don't care.
I love them.
That's you know what, we talked about cancel culture, and I've posed this question to you, and I think I brought it up on the live. I'm not sure on the Instagram live, but how is it that he was walking around? He had a Nazi uniform on,
right?
This is in he had wild days or whatever, his college years or his university or whatever they call it years.
Yeah. How old is he?
Young. I don't know if he was like late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, because it was 2005.
Okay, so I don't know how old he is. I think he's about our like 30s. I don't know, but and then now he's like, I don't know. I would have a hard time marrying somebody
36.
who's walking around.
So he was grown. He was grown.
Uniform. Yeah, I don't know.
And then he did all kinds of stuff. I remember, wasn't he hunting like some rare things? And
that's not cool. My husband hunts.
But they're laws here. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that if you're eating it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're just killing for sport, that's not cool with me.
Yeah, like killing lions.
Especially if it's like wild game and stuff like I don't like that. Killing giraffes and stuff.
Yeah, like that's just
Lion,
ego.
Cecil. Not to
he killed a buffalo.
Oh, I mean, people eat buffalo. I'm sure somebody eating a buffalo. You ain't eating the buffalo. I would eat some buffalo. But I feel like that's something they do. Like, doesn't the queen go hunting, like pheasant and stuff like that? Like, don't they just do that? I don't know what Brits do.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So you wouldn't want to be a princess?
I mean, I
If
would.
things got nasty with Harry and
They
Meghan,
wouldn't
and
want
he
me to be a
somehow
princess because I ain't gonna be doing nothing. I ain't bowing to nobody.
curtsy. Remember,
You ain't,
he was like, "Do you know how to?"
yeah.
Could you picture him outside of the castle or
Trying to
whatever?
teach her how to
Talk about teach her how to curtsy.
teach
I
me how
love
to
it.
curtsy. Teach me how to curtsy. Like,
You
uh-uh.
are silly. That is
Mm-mm.
downright ridiculous. Teach me how to curtsy. The remix.
Right? But yeah, there is no way. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't believe in that stuff. I'm not bowing down to you because
Well,
you're
we laugh like in our house, like, okay, like what are you anyways? You're not ruling anything. Like, what is your purpose? Why do we care? I don't know. I mean, in order to
buying.
keep your money, you need people to buy into it.
It's made up.
It just
If they want to revolt or whatever, or like just go to the polls, I don't really know the rules. But it seems like there has to be some kind of way for them not to live like that if they don't want to. They like
you
it. And you
bounce, you
saw,
leave.
did you see Pierce Brosnan? I mean, not Brosnan, Pierce Morgan. The way he got
Mm-mm.
mad, they had someone on this show who was biracial and talking about the way he did the doctor or counselor or whatever who was talking, the African woman. He kind of was getting, don't you disrespect my queen and everything, and he runs off of the stage.
Which doctor?
It was on his show, Piers
Oh,
Morgan. She was just saying that this is ridiculous. We knew they were racist and all of this stuff, and he didn't want to face it. So he said, "Don't you disrespect my queen," and ran away. But I'm like,
oh,
was he paid to do that? Like, is he one of their
could be.
mouthpieces? Like all of this stuff is organized. It seems like they can't say anything without getting permission, except until now for Meghan and Harry. So who knows what else they're doing,
It's so weird though, this loyalty or like why the queen, she's your queen. What is the queen doing?
right?
Like she's not ruling England. Like you got a prime minister and you got your whole parliament and everything. Like who cares?
Y'all just paying them to live. They pillaged and they have all this money. But did the taxpayers' dollar or whatever, like, did the taxpayers' dollars go into them? Because if it does,
That's
they
a
need
good
to abolish.
question.
The monarchy cost the taxpayers $67 million, 2018 to 2019. Wow. I mean, that's not a lot when
Well, I
you.
mean, it's just maybe it's just a cultural thing. Like this is just something in our culture. We've had a monarchy or like a royal family or whatever, and we
Yeah.
just this is part of
The
who
way
we
it
are.
is, it's a cultural thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, this all the history that we learn and stuff, like the kings and queens of
Mm-hmm.
England are, I mean, that's a big part of history, our
Yeah.
history too, here in America. So I think it's embedded in
Yeah.
their life,
It's
you
just
know.
the way it is. And I
Some
don't.
things will never change.
Something. Oh, don't you believe them? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like these people are making all of this money, living their best lives. Well, obviously they're not, but and people love it. People eat it up, especially in the United
Oh
States. They
yeah.
watch all the shows, Victoria and all this stuff. They go to the museums and the castles, and it's the mystery because nobody really knows
We
what
don't
happened.
have
Yeah,
that. Yeah, we don't have that either. So it's like, ooh,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
romanticized, you know.
But I don't get the point. I'm not bowing at you just because you were born. I'm not going to respect you any more than I respect every human being.
Ooh. It does seem ridiculous to me that because you were born or you have a certain bloodline, you are capable of ruling a whole nation or a whole, group of people. That's so weird. Like no other qualifications besides this is my mom and this is my
Yeah.
dad.
But
Let's
I mean, but in a way, isn't that the case here? When you think about, I mean, luckily there are ways, but when you think about the powers that be, it's just like access. They may not have a title, but they have the what do you call it? Like
money,
yeah, the money and their life is lived that
political
way.
capital.
Yeah, exactly. And social capital and all of this. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a representation of that in a different form.
Yeah.
People out here, but yeah, I'm not bowing. I wish you would.
You're not gonna give the queen a curtsy.
Like I respect traditions, which is why like I watch where I travel and stuff because I don't care. Like some things I just don't. I'm not gonna be bowing to you or doing anything against my beliefs. If it's something like
wear a scarf or
Yeah,
something. That's
yeah.
yeah, out of respect, right?
That's out of respect. That's a whole religion and cultural and things
Hmm.
like that. Um, but like bowing to another human being is against my religion.
Or to put yourself down.
Yeah,
Basically, it's subordinating yourself to show respect as
deference, yeah,
opposed to
respect to somebody I don't even know. Like, nah,
yeah,
you're not
yeah.
God, and I'm not doing that. So it's not a pride thing; it's a God thing. It's like you're not God. I'm not putting no man before God. Okay.
Oh, look at you.
Oh,
Was it about the
here it is.
royals?
Cry Me a River. The plight of a game show host, fairly unknown actress, to suffering in a palace with tiaras and seven-figure weddings for 2 whole years, to being a household name with Oprah on speed dial, fetching 7 million for interviews, hundreds of millions in media deals. Hashtag marry.
That sounds like a hater. I don't know. She sounds like she hating.
That sounded real hater-80.
Hater.
Clash of cultures because they didn't approve of her celebrity past. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah, Bethany Hayton. I mean, because I think what Megan was talking about, yeah, okay, like that's obviously some like
Maybe it's
super
like poor
royal
little
problems,
rich girl. Yeah.
first world problems. Like, why should we care? But I feel like there's more behind the scenes with this royal family that has not been brought to light. I bet you Kate has stories of her own that is just like, I married in thinking one thing, and here I am, I'm owned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am owned. I have no autonomy. I have no, like, who you are as a person is probably removed. You have to behave a certain way, dress a certain way. You can speak a certain way. You have to wave a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything about you, it's like Stepford Wives. Like they make you a different person.
Yeah.
To fit
Reprogram.
Right. And if you don't comply, look what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was trying to do everything right, but she was also Black. So
Well, look at
there's that.
here, like the Kennedys would be one of the United States royal families in a way.
Mm-hmm.
There have been stories of like things that have happened that are just go unsolved, and it's like this
Like what?
Was it Chappaquiddick? Like with Ted Kennedy and the woman, and then she disappeared or something, and then like the sexual assaults,
Yeah, all the
and
sexual
all of
assaults,
these
yeah.
different things, but nothing ever happens. So it's just interesting. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that's why I get frustrated because you feel powerless in a world where people are able to manipulate reality and manipulate things in a way that impact whole societies, like not just like.
What were the last 4 or 5 years?
Oh God, that's
know what I mean?
exactly.
Talk about a family
Right.
that gets away with everything,
Right.
because of money and access, manipulating facts, manipulating the truth, and controlling large populations of people, such that they would storm the freaking Capitol
That was insane.
and start killing people or beating
These
people.
are professional people. Like, this is insane. I never thought I'd see the day. That just seemed like some cult stuff, like some brainwashing
And then to have people who believe in that say that they are the true patriots. I think that part gets to me. Like, you love our country so much that you did what? That's not for the country. That's for one man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You got caught. Caught
You
up.
got it twisted. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like we
So-
talked about this. Like, I'm proud to be an American. No, I'm not saying I'm completely free, but like we said, where am I
Free-ish.
gonna go?
I've seen those T-shirts. Have you seen those T-shirts? That I saw somebody. I think I was at Costco, and there was a Black man with a T-shirt that said "free-ish" since 18, like whatever. It was just. I was like, oh, it was kind of clever.
Yeah, I saw a
Free-ish.
guy in DC with a hat that said 5/5. I like that. Because you remember they said the 3/5. Like,
3/5, yeah.
I'm like, is that still in the
that.
books?
I feel like there's a lot still on the books, especially in different state laws.
Oh yeah, they're so stupid.
that have not been resolved.
But I feel like that's for a reason, because we come back and then they're like, oh look, well, this is on the books, y'all. Here you go.
There's a lot on the books. Like federal law has been changed, but states have
States are
different
real.
things.
Like a husband, like I think it's still legal some places for like a husband to like have corporal punishment with his wife.
I wish he would.
So this is very like heteronormative, like sizzy, but yeah. Let people be like we were saying, like what is the thing? What is the concern? Why is there such a concern on everybody else? And I think this ties into the Meghan Markle thing too. That whole culture of royalty and monarchy over there is built on presentation and esteem and how people view them. It's just like
Without that, it crumbles.
it crumbles, and it's just like they really have no power, but people don't realize that. It's kind of like that joke that is on a seesaw, and it's like if all of the people got together on the seesaw, the monarchy, like would fall, but it's like they don't know how to get together on the seesaw. So it's like they're still ruling, and it's just sad because that's what it is. People manipulate the human scarcity mindset, that belief that there's never going to be enough for me. Somebody's going to take something from me. If somebody has something, I'm not going to have it. I need to be better than people because that's the way I get status in the world. What status? Like, why do we need status?
So we know how to treat people.
What does that mean, though? Because
depending on status, we like historically status. When you had like whatever the caste system, let's say, or whatever, and I feel like we have a modern day caste system. So we know how to treat you.
That's crazy.
So we know, okay, well, I got to kiss your ring or whatever because you got money. Or, okay, so we're going into this neighborhood with the police. Let's bring 4, 5, 6 cars so we can come take it down. And just the responses to you dependent on where you fit in that system.
It's kind of like to give you a set list
reality.
of,
like it's
list of behaviors where people can how people can treat you because based on who you are. But I'm like, for me,
assumptions.
For me, I live in a way where I just respect everybody. And
you should.
That's just common sense. Like, I don't need you to have a title or anything, and I'm not gonna respect you because of the title. I'm gonna respect you because you are a fucking human, breathing fucking being.
Yes, girl.
Like, I just don't get it.
But I think we're also very transactional. And if you can't do anything for me, then I don't need to waste my energy on you when I could be kissing someone else's ass to get what I need, So
I feel like that's just
that's not what I buy into, but I'm saying that's what I think. Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
It sounded like a question. Yeah.
My coffee's wearing off.
Oh, I need to make some. Or maybe I'll go get some. Support local business.
Oh, look at you.
Get a little strolling. Sunday morning stroll.
Oh, okay. That looks like more than a little stroll. What you trying to do?
I mean, I'm trying to do a lot, but we're in the pandemic, so all I can do is go get a coffee. That's it.
They're opening stuff up here.
Yeah.
Restaurant, everything, finally.
Yep.
But I know people don't act right.
Yeah, it's going to come back. Yeah. And how many people you think got the second vaccine? I feel like all these people got this first one. They need to just do that single shot so they can be done.
Don't you
you have a certain amount of days
who's out there getting one and not the other?
People. Do you know humans? Because you got to come back.
So stupid. Well, everybody I know
and then there's a supply chain.
That's been vaccinated has gone
for
their second. So what kind of foolishness? You're going to go through all that hassle to go get your first shot.
And then not get the second. I wonder what the statistics are.
And wasn't Biden talking about now opening it up for everybody to get it?
Yeah, by May 1st.
Are you going to get it?
Not this year, probably.
Why is that?
Because I don't know. I need to see some people go through a season. I don't even know. Is it vegan? Like, I don't even know. Is it vegan?
Is it vegan? I'm with you. Well, yeah, some of them have egg in it. The flu shot has egg in it.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of
or egg preservative or some kind of something.
Yeah. So.
That's weird. But I mean, okay, here's my question though. Vegan, whatever, like, so are you anti-vax? Like, what's your deal?
That's what I was about to say. Is like the FDA has animal testing requirements, so you can't really get around it with FDA. But yeah, flu shot I don't take.
I don't either.
Yeah. But yeah, the basic ones I had to take for school and stuff. Yeah, I took it, and I probably.
But I mean, your tetanus, like every however many years, you have to get your Tdap or DTaP or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
Diphtheria.
Yeah,
and
I got
pertussis.
tetanus. Oh God, I'm almost due for tetanus again. Those 10 years be flying by. I got my
Yeah.
tetanus about 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. So was that before you were vegan? About.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 4 years now.
I wonder
Hey.
how you navigate that then. I mean, is it just something you have to do for overall health, and it's just this is what the vaccine is, or is that when you start slipping into the natural anti-vax community thing? Like what like if there was some sort of animal testing, animal byproduct or
Well, that's what I
whatever.
said. It's required for the FDA. So that means anyone who takes medicine or anything, you're contributing to something not vegan. It's just the way it is in
Right.
the United
Well, I mean,
States.
because how else would we,
Yeah,
not
how
that
would you
I think it's
know?
okay, but how else would we test it so that we can live?
People who could get paid. I mean, they do that a
I
little
mean,
bit.
the whole idea of it sounds weird. So don't test on animals because poor animals, but we're going to test on people who
Can
are
decide, have
hard,
free
hard.
will.
But do you have free will if you are hard up for money like that and you come from an underserved population and you need
Yeah.
money?
Yeah.
Really?
You have the free will to make a living. I mean, there are a lot of essential workers out here doing risky jobs. I mean, that's just the nature of
Yeah, risky
life.
jobs is different from inject this in me and see what
People
happens.
do that already. They
Have
already
you
do
seen
that.
that movie
They already do that
with
testing.
Marlon Wayans? What movie was that where he was doing all these drug trials and he was senseless? Please watch that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
added to the list.
Oh man,
It's
I forgot. I already
hilarious.
forgot the other list.
Senseless. I gotta put. We gotta get a blog going so I can just put these Emily's list of movies.
That sounds good. Did I see
Senseless
it? I love
with
Marlon
Marlon
Wayans.
Wayans. Yeah, well, he was hard up for money. He was broke student, and he went and was like, "Yeah, I'll sign up for this trial." And they started injecting him with stuff, and he senseless for real. He lost his senses. He was acting a fool.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just think
people
that
work
that
in
runs
these
into other
factories and
ethical issues.
yeah, I mean, you could go down a slippery slope with a lot of things. I mean, people work in these factories in unsafe conditions. We buy the products. I mean, there's you can't
Yeah,
you there's
that's
like
messed
you
up
said,
too.
it's a slippery slope. So you like my line is drawn with the FDA tests, and that's where my line is drawn. This is not hypothetical. This is my reality. That's where I draw the line. It's like it ain't nothing to, like it ain't up for discussion. That's where I draw the line. Like for me, the FDA approved. Like that's just the way it is right now. If it changes, fine. I don't get the flu shot, but
Is that for ethical vegan reasons or just
I mean, I
you're not
wasn't
trying to
getting
get that?
I wasn't getting I got it a couple times, but I never really felt right about the flu shot. So as I get older, and
What do you mean by that? What do you mean felt right?
I don't know. I just didn't feel like I felt
What's the
like
point kind of thing?
what's the point of it? Like I don't ever get the flu anyway, so why would I get a flu
Oh,
shot?
did you just knock on some wood?
Yeah, man. I
Is
tried
that
to
what that was?
so I don't ever get the flu, so why take the flu shot? Why put this foreign stuff into my body if I don't need to? So when I need to, because I think, the older you get, the more compromised your immune system gets. But
For
that's
the
like,
flu and stuff.
maybe in 20 years, but not anytime soon. I ain't taking
You're
that.
still a spring chicken.
I
You're
ain't
a
taking
youngin'.
that. Mm-mm. And I'm also not taking the vaccine unless it's like they're like you can't go to the store, you can't do this, and, get
Yeah.
into that.
I really do want to see. I mean, I have a lot of people around me who are fully vaccinated. I want to see what happens.
Yeah,
Like, I still feel like this is still a test.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see, like, I'm not trying to wake up to I Am Legend and everybody's
Yeah.
a zombie and all kind of stuff because they
Right?
got vaccinated. And I'm sitting
Exactly.
here
People
like,
dropping like
oh,
flies, talking about, ooh, my DNA,
yeah.
RNA fell apart.
No.
Let's get. I don't even know how that works.
6 months later,
And I'm like, who?
I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But, like, watch all these people are sterile, or something. And
Didn't
here
that
we are
happen
in
to
The
somebody?
Handmaid's
Was
Tale.
something weird happen to somebody who got a
That
vaccine?
could be it. That's how. Did you watch The Handmaid's Tale? Do you watch The Handmaid's Tale?
I feel like Netflix is a conspiracy because Netflix done predicted
It's
everything.
Hulu, boo.
Oh, Handmaid's is Hulu?
Yes.
Oh. They need to come out with another
But-
season.
But they do. I think they had to stop filming. But I think maybe that's how it gets started. Everybody got vaccinated for coronavirus.
And got
They
sterile and couldn't, yeah.
And the ones that didn't get vaccinated,
And that's why they had
are
the
now the
hand-
handmaids. Yes.
And-
Ooh.
That's why they had the show to get us ready so it would be in our memory so we could be like, oh, we saw that on TV. That's relatable.
I'm okay with this. Yeah. Okay.
I saw it coming. Because we had what was that show? Russian Doll. I think that was Netflix. Russian Doll is a show with the redhead from Orange is the New Black, and where she wakes up every day to the same day, or something like that. Yeah, she's a trip. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's a good actress. I didn't watch that. Maybe I'll go back and watch that now.
Yeah, that's good. And then they had Black Mirror, of course, which was on point completely.
My husband will not watch that with me.
Why?
He's like, he is the smartest person I know, and he's like, I'm not smart enough to process that, because it's a mind fuck. Like it's like,
yeah, he's probably more
like
logical.
The Twilight, it's like the Twilight Zone on crack.
Yeah,
like that's what Black Mirror is to me, and I love it.
Right, but it's like life now. Like I really feel like it's relatable content.
Yes. It kind of takes you there, like, oh, this is happening, current day, real life, but this is what could be, because it's based in reality, and then they just tweak it a little bit and make you go, oh my gosh.
And it's kind of like judgments, kind of like we were talking earlier about, like, where do your moral judgments end? Like, where do they begin? What are you willing to sell? What are you willing to give up for yourself? What are you willing to do for an outcome? Like all these kind of things.
I feel like that could be a good topic to like dive into. Like, just like where your morals lie. Like, what are your thoughts on things? Like, I mean, we were just talking about the vaccinations and you're vegan and all that stuff. Like, or what would you do for a paycheck? We talked about that with cancel culture and stuff like that. Like, how far would you go for money? Yeah. And I feel like that's like an age old question, right? Like, what would you do for $1 million? Like, would you let me sleep with your wife for like a decent proposal, whatever? Yeah. Stuff like that. Like, what's your price? Because I feel like everybody has a price. Maybe. I don't know. I've never really given it much thought, but I feel like everybody has a price.
It's true. I mean, that's why we have actuaries. Everybody literally has a price.
Actuary. That's weird. I've never really given it much thought. Like how much would somebody have to pay you for you to eat a steak?
There's nothing you can tell me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not eating a steak. It's my beliefs. It's kind of like asking a Muslim person if they
tuna sandwich, a piece of sushi. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's
it's my beliefs.
Your faith.
Yeah,
it's your faith.
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like that's one of the things that a lot of people would not budge on is their faith. Like, no, I don't believe that's right. I'm not doing that. There's no price.
Right. But then it's like, I don't know. Like, there is a price. I think that it's my faith, but I'm also human. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how much would $5 billion?
It's not even a price. Say we got down to like we're actually in the, society is devolved and we're like kill or be killed.
Life.
Yeah. Right. Then if you're
you need a steak.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like that's how that's my natural way to survive. That's all that's available to me. Like I have to still survive. Like that survival instinct kicks in.
But you have options now to not do that.
I feel like humans are like an advanced animal. It's like we still have the animalistic stuff underneath, but we're able to get away with it. But it's still there. And so, like, if I had to use it...
Survival, survival is our number one focus,
If I had to use it, I'd use it. And it's like, if it's for the many, like, if, people's lives are right and I had to, provide or something, I have to go hunt. But it's like, when is that ever going to happen?
I think that might be a difference, though, from animals, is we have the concept of what's good for the herd or what's good for everybody. I don't know that animals do that. I think everybody's looking out for number one, unless they're like a mom, a bear or a mom, whatever. Or I guess not, male lions maybe protecting the herd,
they take care of each other. And sometimes you see pictures of interspecies taking care of each other. I think those are cute.
Those videos are sweet. Right? Like unlikely friends or whatever. They're so cute. Oh,
so I feel like
I'm gonna watch that after we get off. I'm gonna be on YouTube.
But so some people are like, oh, if you're vegan or whatever, that's like you're like ruining your survival. I feel like we're so evolved that
but you're still surviving.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not like you're off dying off.
we're so evolved that you can be vegan. Like that's how evolved we are. But we're still human.
We're so evolved, you can drink an Ensure and still be alive every day. Like,
what's that? Soylent Greens.
Oh my! I watched that movie with my husband and his dad, before we got married, and I was like, "What am I watching?"
Right? Like how? Why?
That's another mind twisting movie or whatever. but that's like a joke for us. We always joke about Soylent Green.
And then there's a shake called Soylent, and it's vegan.
Oh yeah.
It's supposedly vegan. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm.
All right, girl.
All right.
Have a good day.
Well, you enjoy your day as well.
Hey, thanks for catching this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. New episodes drop weekly. Make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.